when I heard the whole Drew Brees thing, I just like, man, what is he doing? Why is he even entertaining this? There's too much going on in the world. We got so much love for Drew Brees in New Orleans. I mean, when you think about the Saints, he's the man. He's like the great white hope in New Orleans. I'm disappointed. I forgive him. You're supposed to forgive in this world. I know a lot of the stuff he probably didn't mean, but I feel like now he's my number 2 guy with the Saints. Now, he used to be number 1. Is Sean Payton now. You know, Sean Payton is the coolest white guy on the Saints now. So I don't really know how I'm going to take this season, man. I'm just dealing with a lot right now. I just think as a leader, you got to know what you up against. Like, you can't say some of the things that normal people could say because the whole world is following you. I think, like, a lot of people is disappointed in him. But I feel like they're going to get over it and everybody going to move forward. But I think this is going to be a big lesson. Nobody's perfect either, so. But for him, like, we look at him as he's not supposed to do this.
Yeah, it was surreal almost. I saw a video of people in New Orleans chanting F Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's something I never thought I would see, knowing how beloved he is. Can he get back? Can he get back to the place he was at once?
Eventually he will, because it's just a sport. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. But I don't think it's going to be the same. I don't think it's ever going to be the same, how people just loved him genuinely.
Aside from Drew's apologies, he said that he wants to get involved and he wants to help. So actions-wise, if he said to you, hey, Master P, what should I do? You know, how do I help and how do I fix the damage that I've done? What would you tell him?
I would just say, you know what? You're from New Orleans. You know the people. The people love you. Be there for people in the community, in the culture. Don't just talk it, do it. Stand up, show up. You should be leading these protests because there's a lot of injustice going on. Me as a black man, you know, riding in the city in the car and I get pulled over, I might get beaten or killed. I have got beaten before, so I understand this. You don't understand. This is serious. This is for real. So do something for us to help our culture understand by small business loans, showing us how to buy back our blocks. My whole thing is educate the people in the community. You made a lot of money out of that community. Don't just talk about it. Don't just say, I'm sorry. Be on the front line and lead that, because that's what we need right now. And that's how we stop this injustice. And it's not about a flag. We understand we all love the flag, but it's not about that right now.
I didn't know that you had an experience like that, Pete. Would you want to talk about that, or you want to stay away from that?
But the sad thing about it, why I'm colorblind, it wasn't a white cop that beat me. It was a black cop, and it was a white cop that told him to stop. So I could have been George Floyd a long time ago if that white cop wouldn't have said, man, what are you doing this to this guy for? He didn't even know who I was. I just came back from college, and just because I looked like I was doing something wrong. And then when they seen I had a college ID on me, they ended up letting me go. You know, so I wouldn't be here for my kids. I'd probably be dead.
Wow, and so the police officer physically beat you?
Yeah, beat me, kicked me, everything, and guess what? And then when they found out I wasn't who they thought I was, you know, when they see a big guy, you see a smaller cop see a big guy, they'll be like, they get that small man complex. Mm-hmm. Probably got picked on in school. So you know, but I look at cops as humans, so I'm not saying all cops are bad. When the white guy told me to get off me and he got off me, that let me know that I just can't point the finger at one race. It's a bad person behind that badge. That's who I'm fighting for. That's who I'm protesting for the injustice, that when you get that badge, you have that power. You need to control that, control abusing that power. And you should be locked up and go to prison just like a criminal.
Wow.
So that's what we fight for, and that's what we protest for. And unless you a black man and understand this, and guess what I did? I just had to go home.
You didn't try to report it or anything? It just, you felt it was futile, like no point?
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And we didn't have phones back then. Like, that's why this George Floyd thing is a sport plug for us to see. And that's why people across the world now is protesting.